So I was tagged with the 5 Things meme by Justin Konecki from Something to Be Desired. So I thought I'd do it video for once.
Radio WEEI 2020 /.
For a good part of 2005, I used to be a regular caller on sports radio, 8:50 a.m. I would often get selected out of the queue and be permitted to provide commentary on some recent game or some particular sports thing. The funny thing about this is, I don't know a thing about sports, and I was just doing it to prove that anyone could call into that show and seem like he knew something, and that the normal person calling into that show, for the most part, wasn't all that particularly good at voicing their opinion, so that when they'd see me up on the queue, they'd always let me through. Movies in the category of, I've seen them so many times that I should be embarrassed how many times I've seen them. Highlander, Strange Brew with Bob and Doug McKenzie, The Royal Tenenbaums, but I'm not ashamed of that one. Ghostbusters, but that kind of wasn't my fault. I worked in this bookstore, and we had about 5 movies to choose from, and Ghostbusters was one of them. Ditto The Princess Bride. Hey, but for the record, Ghostbusters is a pretty good movie. Actually watch it again, and don't think about the hype that was around it, and you'll see that it was not a bad film. I was almost drowned in a YMCA swimming pool when I think I was maybe 10 or 11. The kid's name was Billy Sonia, and we were at the YMCA learning how to swim, and we were both going for our, oh, I don't know, it's whatever's right before shark. Remember how YMCA had, like, you know, guppy, tadpole, amoeba, protoplasm, Aquaman? It was right before shark and after fish and all those, and Billy, Sonia, and I were out in the deep end doing some kind of treading water thing, and he panicked, and he went under, and as he did so, he pulled me under instead, and that kept him above water, and so that made it this horrible dynamic where he was drowning, so he was drowning me to stay afloat, and I was the one who got thrown out of the pool because I punched him hard in the belly so that I'd come back up for air. I'm trying to do John Swanson's steering wheel shot from the last video. So another thing, oh crap, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I worked at a call center for repair service for the phone company, and we got forced overtime, and we were working so many hours because of this hurricane, and it really hit Cape Cod pretty bad, and so I was getting punchy, and so what I would do was, you had to answer the phone the same way, and it wasn't automated, so you'd say, New England Telephone Repair Service, this is Chris, may I have the area code and telephone number you're reporting about? And so I started pretending that I was in a helicopter, and I would do it just like this. New England Telephone Repair Service, this is Chris, can I have the area code and the number you're reporting about? And the person would say, are you in a helicopter? And I'd say, yes, I'm flying over the city right now. I'm flying by a Sunoco station. Do you know where that is? I said this to maybe 200 people, and all 200 people were like, I live right next to that Sunoco station. I lost my power in the storm. I'd say, okay, well, I can't really set down or anything, but I'll call it into the main office. I had such a laugh doing that. What a dork fun thing to do, but it was fun. I was brought up Catholic, but it didn't really take. I think my parents had their own issues with religion, and it kind of... This is one that a lot of you probably know about because you've sensed or seen or heard or been in touch with my really bad sense of humor, especially my dark, weird sense of humor. But what you don't know is when I'm at my most tense and stressed out, or when there's a situation where everyone is so intense, that is when I'm thinking a mile a minute of the worst, weirdest things to do. I have this absolute near Tourette's-like urge to scream out things that are so hideously inappropriate. I remember once being in a very, very, very tense meeting with my CTO, and everyone was freaking out, and like everything was really bad, and then it got really quiet. I got the mad urge to kiss his nose. I wanted so bad to lean over and kiss his nose. I didn't do it. So one part of the 5 Things meme is that you're supposed to pass it on to 5 people and have them fill out 5 things you don't know about me. I think I'm going to do it a little different. I'll pass it on to 5 video bloggers because here I am using a video camera. So let's see, which 5 video bloggers should I ask to make a video 5 Things meme? Alrighty, first, David Kowarsky from Pulver's Focus, because David, I'm sure, has an interesting set of 5 things. Steve Garfield from stevegarfield.com. He always likes to participate in video collaboration projects. How about Casey and Rudy up in Montreal? I bet they haven't done any video collaboration. I know Zaddy tagged you for the text. Casey and Rudy. Scriggity! And Drew, come on, both of you guys can do it. What do you think? Do you think Rocketboom would play along? Joanne, Andrew, both of you, Sherng-Lee. Would you do the 5 things, ma'am? Good morning, sports racers. I wonder if Zay Frank would do the 5 things, ma'am, if I asked him nicely. So help me move this into the video realm and pass this on to 5 other video bloggers. And if you would, tag yours with small boxes so I can make sure I find it, or my name or something. Just help me find what you come up with.